Welcome to this screencast. I am happy that today I can show you a feature I wanted to work on for quite some time already, and now I took the time and implemented it. And it's versioning. So this is a labsystem instance, and I just want to show you how the versioning works. So I just go into a lab, and now I will just start editing some content. Just change it, new content, also change the title, part 1, I'll just write something like first version. Okay, then I save it, and then let's edit, continue editing, second version, new content again. Okay, so you get the concept. Okay, and so what you can do now is you can just call the older versions in a straightforward way. You just go to the history here, and you see now here I enabled the versioning, and I can call older versions now. So this was the original version we looked at, and as you see it's just loading it here, and I can load all versions I had here. Okay. And it's always saving the whole element, so it's also preserving any other settings you put here. This does not only work with pages, but it works with all elements you have in here. And it doesn't only work in the edit view, you can also just use it in the regular view here. Okay, so basically when clicking here, it just loads the version you clicked for this element. And you can always only load a historic version for one element. So the same applies for this element here. If you do some edits here, like let's add the C1, or let's add the P1. Okay, save. So now we have the prototype here. And now when I go to the older version, I just get the older version. And this one is the last version here. Okay, and if I want to save an older version, I can just click to it and press save, and then it has archived it again. So this version and this version are identical now, but as I might have changed it, it's it has saved both versions here. Okay, so this is for the editors, and the same also applies for the students. So let me just switch to the final version, okay, because the first write doesn't make sense here. Okay, so I can remove everything that I have here, which makes me like an editor. So now I can look at the stuff here as a user, so as usual, as a normal student. So here I already did the pre-lab. So in the multiple choice questions, we naturally have versioning because we just show the previous answers here. And in the other questions, now I also added versioning. So let's just say version 1, save. And then you can say version 2, save. And now it's again the same game. So here you would find other versions of the instructions, and here you find the versions of your answer. So if you want to have a previous version, you can just do that. And if you want to restore it while editing, you just go here, click here, and then it's loading it, and then you can save it again. So it's identical to the other behavior. And so now also the student answers are versioned, which you might find quite useful. Okay, so maybe I also show you like from the instructor perspective, like how it's enabled on the back end. Yeah, let's just go to the back end. I'll just take a, oh well, I take this tab. Okay. Okay, my fault. Okay, good. Okay, so let's now check the One sec. Okay. So when I log on here, I'd go to edit the config, and so when we look at the level we're just looking at, so here's a new variable, which is this one. And so if you set the versioning to 1, then it's versioning. And if you set it to 0, then it's not versioning anymore. Then it's not doing the versioning. Okay, so yeah, I like the feature. I think it will make the usability much better. And yeah, I hope you will like the feature too. Enjoy the system.